To go from, I guess in your own words, tell me about the ride you're on right now.
It's been a crazy ride. I never really expected I'd be on the team in the first place coming to Michigan State. And just everything I've been through with the team over the years, and now to go from that point of graduating from a small high school and not expecting to have anything like this be on any kind of collegiate sports team to playing in the Final Four for a Division I team, a top team in the nation, perennial powerhouse kind of team. I can't even really put it into words very well. It's unbelievably exciting. And heck, I guess I couldn't be happier. It really is. It's surreal, and like I said, it's hard to explain how it feels. It hasn't even really fully hit me, I think, yet that we actually have gotten to the Final Four. We've gotten to this point. So a lot of people coming out of Wyoming, pretty under-recruited area. So a lot of people don't really have the aspirations of playing Division I or high-level collegiate sports because no one really has done it in the past. They don't think it's possible to come out of Wyoming and do that. So to be able to do that, maybe help someone have more hope of pursuing that kind of athletic endeavor, I guess. And that's pretty awesome if I can help people see that it is possible. Because I wasn't the most talented coming out of high school, and so it just kind of goes to show you that if you got the right attitude coming out, that you can make it happen. And I hope everybody in Wyoming kind of sees that. And heck, who knows, maybe the recruiting could pick up a little in Wyoming. I've followed it a little bit, and I see there's some kids. There's a 6'10" kid at Pine Bluff I think I saw, and there's another kid, one of the 4A schools or 3A schools that's pretty athletic that's going to a prep school, I think. And so it seems like they're starting to see that there is a little talent in Wyoming, which is pretty cool.
How did you get there? You got the Star Scholarship, is that what it was, and then decided to see if you could walk on basketball? How did you get to where you're at?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I actually didn't get a Star Scholarship, but I went to a conference about the Star Scholarship in Casper that kind of got me thinking more about Michigan State. I'd already thought about them a little bit because I knew they were going to offer me other money. And the more I looked into it, I realized it was pretty close to a full-ride academic scholarship. And that was one of my kind of prerequisites for a college I wanted to go to. I wanted it to be a full-ride academic scholarship or pretty close to it. And Michigan State was that, and there was a couple other schools that were that as well. And other than that, that was my main requirement. I wanted another school also to be a big school and a strong academic school. And other than that, I didn't really have a whole lot of things I knew that I wanted in a college. So because with those two kind of prerequisites, I guess, I applied to a bunch of places all over the country, and Michigan State just seemed to be where I'd fit in the best, I guess. All the research I did online about the school, about what it offered, about what the environment was like, I figured I liked the most. And I came out here with zero intention of trying out for the team, and I started playing pickup ball and met some people who were talking about trying out, and people that had tried out in the past, and they kind of just said, "Oh, what the heck? I'll go try out. It'll be fun." I don't really have any intention of making it. Even then when I tried out, I didn't think I could make it, but I tried out and I had a really good tryout. Probably played better than I was at the time, and then a couple days later I was practicing with the team.
Are you on a scholarship now, or are you one of those that you're paying your own way so they can pay somebody else, or are you on a scholarship now?
Well, this is my first year I'm on an athletic scholarship. I was on an academic scholarship the past 3 years, and this one was kind of a unique situation though, because they kind of had an extra athletic scholarship, and there's a couple guys that they could have given it to, and there's a walk-on who is a preferred walk-on that came that they could have given it to, and there's a guy that they weren't sure maybe there was going to be a transfer. So they ended up, and I talked to the coach, and if I wouldn't have gotten it this year, there was a chance of maybe not getting it next year if we happened to have another recruit come in. So if I wouldn't have gotten it the next year, my 4 years of academic scholarship would have run out, and it would have been hard for me to come back for my redshirt senior year. So I talked to him about that, and we were able to back up my academic scholarship, my fourth year of it, onto next year. And so he gave me the athletic scholarship this year. So, yeah, I'm on athletic scholarship at the moment.
Describe your role with you've played in almost every game this year, and I saw you play some good solid minutes against Oklahoma the other night. Describe your role with the basketball team.
The Oklahoma minutes weren't the solid ones. There's been much worse solid minutes in Oklahoma. I hope that's not the one everybody saw.
Well, I guess let me rephrase that. You got a lot of minutes in that one, or I guess a significant amount of minutes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to get into the terminalizing how you played it, but I'll take your word for it.
My role is kind of really unique one, I think. In practice, I'm still doing a lot of scout team work just because of sheer numbers. We got a couple of injuries on the team. Guys are out. We don't have enough bodies for me to play with the playing group in practice. But then they count on me to be ready to go in games if there's any foul trouble or guys aren't playing well. So I kind of have to try and do my role in practice, but at the same time learn it from the other side too. So if I'm, running a scout team in offense and I'm playing as their center, I have to learn the plays, but I also have to learn how to defend them too. So I have to know both sides of it, so I'm ready to play if that time comes. So it's kind of a unique situation. And as far as playing, there's been a couple games. Most of the time, my playing is towards the end of the first half, when our centers or our power forwards get in foul trouble. But there have been times where that usually starts it. But if I start coming in and play well, there have been times where they've kept me in there despite guys, enough time passing that guys aren't really in that much foul trouble anymore. And it kind of depends on the game. There's been games where I haven't played a second. There's been games where I played 20 minutes. So it kind of depends on the foul trouble and the way I play once I do get in there.
You can kind of buy yourself some time by playing well too then.
Exactly. Yeah. I've been able to do that in a couple of games. I think Georgia, I kind of did that. Purdue a little bit. Yeah, kind of some unique situations where it's funny where I end up, finishing the game off playing the last couple minutes in crunch time where, most people wouldn't have expected that going into the game.
What's it like going from 2A gyms and driving in a bus halfway across the state every weekend to the treatment that you get now as part of a major college basketball program?
Yeah, that's incredible. It really is. That's about the biggest transformation you can get, too. I definitely wasn't ready for any of it when I got here. I didn't know what to expect at all. I didn't know much about the environment of Division I basketball before I came here. And it's crazy, because like 2A, you don't see anything. I don't think I hardly ever played against a guy bigger than me, and and never had a crowd. Other than the state championship, I don't think I had a crowd more than 200 people. And now it's just in, night out, just huge crowds, media everywhere. It really is incredible, and it's fun to tell stories about it to friends back home. Saying they haven't ever seen anything like this. So it is. It's awesome. We do get spoiled. The guys on the team, we know it too. The flights, you're flying to a place that's only a 3-hour drive, and you're flying there, and it's pretty awesome.
You'd probably want to get on the yellow bus then and make it like a road trip, like back home.
Yeah, exactly. I sometimes I miss those buses. Those are the fun. Those are the bonding trips. You're in there messing around, watching movies, hanging out. Those are the fun trips.
Well, yeah, when you don't have to do them anymore, they were the fun trips.
Exactly.
What are you looking for out of the Final Four now? You obviously have to take it one game at a time. You guys are kind of the underdogs, the one that's not a one seed in there. How do you approach this Final Four contest now?
We're definitely, I think, a lot of people look at as the underdogs, but I think, too, a lot of people have realized that we're a lot better than people thought going in, and we're a lot better than we showed in the middle of the season. We're a different team, at this point. So we're taking it one game at a time, but the ultimate goal we keep in the back of our heads always is to win a national championship. And so that's what we're aiming for. Duke's a really good team. We know that. We played them earlier in the year, and we were both completely different teams, so it should be a lot different game at this point in time. But for us, it all starts with our defense. Duke's a really good offensive team, so if we can handle them, kind of control Jaleel and limit Winslow, I think we've got a pretty good shot at it. And, everyone's focused. Everyone's got the right attitude right now, so things look pretty good for us, I think.
Did you ever think you'd be interviewed and mentioning your opponent being Duke and things like that?
Not in a million years did I ever think. That was like, I can't even describe to you how much of a different world that seemed to me. Watching TV in Wyoming and in my house in Wyoming, like it just seemed like it was a completely different world that I would never be a part of or have any part in. It's amazing.
And now you're talking about Krzyzewski and Duke and wanting to take them down. And I know the state of Wyoming's been rooting for you. We've been making light of it on Wyopreps with you and Kaylee Johnson out at Stanford playing well and into the Sweet 16 and that kind of thing. But I think against Duke, I'm rooting for you even harder now. So
that's what I like to hear. I appreciate it. And I see all that Wyopreps stuff. I followed it all through high school. Thanks for I know you've done a lot of work on that website, and that website was awesome when we were in high school. I know all the guys on our teams always loved that stuff. So.
Well, you should be keeping up with that football team now, then.
Yeah, they're on a roll there. They got Coach McGuire's got them playing well.
He does. Anything else, Colby? I know you got to get going, but anything else you want to say?
Thanks for the interview. A lot of guys get sick of these, but I don't get a whole lot of them, so it's always cool to have somebody call when I interview. So appreciate it.